Hey, what's up, yos? This is my second review for X-Men Legion Quest 2. Hopefully this is going to turn out better than my last one. X-Men Legion Quest 2. Right here you got a picture on the cover of Legion. Basically on fire, sitting on a wheelchair, looking all crazy. It's pretty intense. On the back, Maximum Carnage, the game, advertisement, pretty fun stuff back in the day. I really like the beginning of this issue. This issue begins in the past because they've all gone back into the past. That is to say, the X-Men team that was being led by Storm, which has a certain name, X-Men A or some shit like that. I don't know, I can't remember. But as you know, Legion's main motive here is to kill his father Xavier's enemy Magneto, his future enemy Magneto, whom he meets here in the past. And this may fool you because it shows on the first page a picture of Xavier in a wheelchair. But this is simply Xavier testing out the wheelchair that Magneto has crafted using his powers secretly, because nobody knows who he is and what he does just yet. And they're talking here and just kind of you know, being friendly. They both, what they're doing is they're volunteering at some sort of medical center in Israel or some such exotic place like that where they first met. The issue is called The Killing Time. And again, I really like the way that this is written because they introduced this character that they were taking care of back in the day, Wolverine game advertisement. They introduced this character here, this guy. Or, excuse me, that's Magneto, and he's talking to this guy, his patient, that he's making the wheelchair for. And if you notice, he's kind of wearing the same clothes that Legion was wearing on the cover. And you don't know why until later. Which I guess is kind of obvious, but whatever. I'll tell you later. Also, we got Angel and Rogue. Right here, they've been searching for Jean Grey because she was around when Legion and everybody else, Bishop, Iceman, Storm, were fighting, but she didn't get pulled back into the past. She kind of got stuck in the sand here, and she was able to, and Angel has found her all messed up. She was able to kind of keep herself residually there or whatever, you know, something like that. And, okay, moving on. Oh, we got this little, I used to like these pages like this, like where it's like, right here it'll show Legion, Magneto standing over, or kneeling over some flowers. He's looking all crazy like he did something messed up. Xavier's head in the back, and it's like, you know, the death of Professor X, and let's see, yeah, right here it's got this picture of Wolverine looking all crazy, and it's like apocalypse is coming, you know. So that's one thing that I really liked. I never got into this Legion Quest issue outside or before the 4th issue, because that's basically all I had when I was really young. Just recently collected these other connector issues 1, 2, and 3, but it is really cool to see things like that because it brings back that visual imagery of looking at those pages and really anticipating the Age of Apocalypse. Yeah, Cyclops is basically all upset that Jean is so injured. She's telling him all about what's going on with Legion and where everybody else went. They all followed him back into the past. And that's where we go here now, after Jean Grey kind of recaps with the rest of the X-Men about what happened. You got Psylocke, Iceman, Storm, Bishop, and they're all kind of incognito in the past, trying to, because they have amnesia, they can't remember where they came from. They're trying to figure shit out. Iceman's like, holy crap, I got powers. They're like, don't do that in public, you know, because they realize, I mean, they're still smart. They realize that they're there for a reason, and it's important, and they know each other for some reason. Oh, this is kind of cool. Meanwhile, you get a little prelude to Wolverine kind of goes nuts and starts attacking Sabretooth, because Sabretooth was like left in a prison cell in the Xavier mansion, and Wolverine was like the only X-Men left there to guard him, so it's like, of course he's gonna try to kill him. So that's what happens, and I really wanted to get this issue. It's like, you know, it's continued in Wolverine 90, and I kind of want to see what happens there. But okay, basically what's going on here is it's picking up. I kind of like this shot because I'm a huge Magneto fan, and this is a shot of like Magneto with the shadow behind him, saying, you know, he's someday gonna be a pretty evil bastard, you know, and Legion is kind of coming to his wits, and he's realizing, he touches Magneto and he's like, oh yeah, you're why I'm here. I came here to kill you. I remember everything now, because he also had amnesia. He's the patient. He comes back and he has amnesia. And one thing that I forgot to mention about the first issue is that Storm or whoever else in the X-Men mentions about Legion that his mind is complete. That because he's such a powerful telepath, because he used to be mentally unstable and he had like anxiety problems or what have you, attention deficit disorders, and I'm not sure, obsessive compulsive disorders, what have you, but since he's such a powerful telepath, he corrected all of those mental inhibitions. So basically his mind is complete. I thought that was an interesting thing to add to the writing too. And I like the way they're doing this now, because Magneto also realizes that something isn't right. He touches this patient of his, and something kind of really crazy happens to him because he's a telepath, and he sends some things into Magneto's mind, and he starts bending and contorting and twisting all of the metal in the room. It's pretty good imagery. I really like this artist. And becomes really upset. After this, the battle is basically on. But before that, Xavier is like out to lunch with the woman who would be Legion's mother, and Psylocke kind of passes by and kind of notices that there's another mental signature like that in the area, because she's obviously has similar powers to Xavier. And Magneto kind of comes running out of nowhere, and he's asking for Xavier's help because something really crazy is going down. And all of a sudden, the patient, Magneto's patient, starts to freak the fuck out and, you know, just like kind of erupt with all of these memories and images from his actual reality, because he's such a powerful telepath. These things in his head can be projected so volcanically, I guess, and just very visually. But you know, back in the present, they're also kind of stressing out about what's happening. They're calling in on Cable, and I'm pretty sure the Shi'ar, and everybody's kind of freaked out because there's also some kind of outward threat, that's some kind of like crystallization field that seems to be freezing everything in the universe, which I'm not really too brushed up on, because it seems to be something occurring backward from this a little. But Cable's a little upset about being called in here, and the Israeli military shares the same sentiment. He's there with Domino. I forgot the specifics about why he's being called back, but Also, we get into the Shi'ar once again before the actual big time stuff. Lilandra is kind of like projecting herself over the crowd of people to tell them about this main menace of whatever it is, and she says that the word of this warning comes directly from the Watchers, who are behind her, consoling her about the entire scenario. So there you have that. Legion Quest 2. Boom.